Okay, so I had big, beautiful plans to spend my day today baking up a little treat, but when I finally got into my kitchen and started gathering up my ingredients, I discovered that I only have like 3/4 of a cup of flour left. And instead of being a regular, rational person and going to the store to buy more, we're gonna rifle through my kitchen cabinets and see what I can find to either sub in for or turn into flour. I also should tell you what I want to make before we get into what I have. So my vision is Millionaire shortbread, which for the unfamiliar is a layer of buttery shortbread under a layer of caramel under a layer of chocolate, effectively a homemade Twix bar, which, yum. So with that in mind, here are my flour sub options. Behind door number 1, we got cornmeal, which I think could give the bars a really lovely like caramel corn vibe. That being said, what I have is really coarsely ground, and so I don't know that I'm totally sold on like the sandyish texture that it will give the cookie. Behind door number 2, we have shredded coconut, which I think it could be fun to do like a big sheet of flat coconut macaroon instead of the shortbread, kind of like Samoa vibes. But I am a little concerned about the structural integrity of that underneath the caramel. And also I don't think I have enough to pull it off. So something to revisit later maybe. And behind door number 3, the lucky bachelor I'm going with, a sleeve of buttery Ritz crackers. So what I'm gonna do is blitz these up into a really fine powder. And then I'm gonna take that and mix it with the flour and a bit of salt too. And my hope here is that the cracker crumbs are gonna really double down on that rich toasted buttery flavor you want a shortbread to have, as well as provide some additional salinity to balance out those sweet caramel and bitter chocolate layers. For the shortbread, we're gonna take those dry ingredients and dump them into a cream together mixture of butter, brown sugar, and vanilla. Give it a mix. Then you'll press the dough into an even layer in a prepared baking tray. After like 20 minutes in the oven, it comes out so lovely and golden. It smells kind of like a graham cracker crust. So now we're gonna set it aside and let it cool while we make our caramel. We'll go into a sauce pot with a full can of sweetened condensed milk, brown sugar, corn syrup, and then normally you'd add butter here to give it some fat content, but I'm gonna try swapping in peanut butter because I think it will bring a really nice savoriness to cut through the 3 types of sugar in the caramel. And then we'll cook this until it reaches 235 degrees on a candy thermometer. And you're gonna wanna stir it constantly to prevent any sticking on the sides or bottom. And when it comes to temp, just pour it over top of that shortbread. Now I'm gonna pop this into the fridge so that the caramel sets up nice and quick. Once the caramel set, we'll go over top with some melted chocolate. And you could temper it if you wanted to, but I've sworn that off after one time I was so stressed doing it. I sweat into the chocolate and ruined the whole batch. Disaster. And a little flaky salt to finish before we let it set. Okay, so I got a little impatient and sliced them before the chocolate had fully set, so they don't look perfect, but let's see how they taste. They're so good. They're everything I'd want like a Snickers to be. And the butter cracker shortbread is so rich and salty and delicious. I think it's gonna become a regular in my rotation because I love it, and I hope you do too.